Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome to your bi-weekly energy reading. This is going to be from January 15th to the 31st. And we're going to go ahead and get started, Libra. Please take what resonates and leave the rest out. And as you see, we have a card for you already. Ace of Cups showing up as the main energy. I love the Ace of Cups because this is about healing a part of yourself. The Ace of Cups is a beautiful energy of nurturing a soul, and basically this part of your soul is a part that has needed that reassurance, has needed that support. So new beginning too, it can indicate a fluster of feelings, so maybe feeling really excited about someone or something in your life. Regardless, there's something coming in that's really emotionally and just spiritually aligned with you, so that's really beautiful. And then you have here the Two of Wands, and this is actually posing your block. This is not a bad block to have. The Two of Wands is simply needing to organize yourself a little bit better. The Two of Wands indicates planning for the next phase. And when I see that as a block, it just indicates that you have to sit down and visualize a little bit more, write things down, plan for the expansion, so to speak, and put in motion for it, right? So not just have it in your mind, but actually take the steps forward to bring this in. So it could be that maybe some of you guys are a little bit blocked with how do you proceed with the next steps, okay? And then you have the Star here, and the Star is showing up saying as the outcome that there's a huge renewal here. So we have both cards. If you notice, there's cups in the cards, right? The energy of the situation and the energy of the outcome. So this is about nurturing yourself, pouring back to your cup, regenerating yourself. I feel like some of you guys maybe have not been doing that. Maybe you have been pouring into others more than you have been pouring to yourself. And Spirit is saying that now is the time where you give yourself that love, that nurturance, and that beautiful energy that you give to others, to yourself, right? So we're going to go ahead and get into this Ace of Cups. What is it that's coming in for Libra? Beautiful energy overall, though. This is probably the most positive reading I've had today. So Libra, we have here the Emperor. So Emperor energy is about you taking control. So as much as the Ace of Cups is very much divine feminine energy, this is showing that you're receiving this healing because you did the work, okay? The Emperor is a dominant energy that get things done. The Emperor evaluates what needs to go, what needs to be worked on, and what accountability we need to take. And I see you, as this energy of basically receiving the reward for your hard work. For some of you guys, this healing has something to do with a father figure, just because the Emperor is the father. So it could be that maybe you're healing certain wounds with your dad, if some of you guys resonate with that, or, whoever it is that, you consider a paternal or masculine figure in your life. Let me get a little bit more. Temperance, energy of balance. This is about alignment, right? This is about pouring back into yourself. Again, strong theme into your reading. And also, this is an energy of trying new things, right? Putting your foot in the water, right? And feeling out what you feel about it. And I can see that because you have that Two of Wands, right? That's showing expansion, but it could be a little bit, wonky right now because we don't necessarily have a plan, right? And then you have your Ten of Pentacles. So Ten of Pentacles is coming up saying abundance, right? So you're healing something really important. This could be a money wound. This could be, again, a paternal or masculine wound that you have going on. Or this could be simply that you have the opportunity to welcome in, something that could bring in money from a very creative space. So that's really beautiful to see too. And nothing but good things, right? It's just the planning might be a little wonky. Maybe it's too big, too early of a stage, right? So let's go ahead and get into this Two of Wands. Two of Wands, what do we have? So Two of Wands, the world is showing up right here. World saying, there's a cycle being wrapped up for you and you're embracing a new beginning. I really love that for you. You have Six of Pentacles, abundance and balance coming your way. All right. Abundance, balance coming your way. All right. This is about organizing yourself. What is it that's most important? So a good way to generate a plan is to finally close the door to the past, right? And to prioritize what's most important to you. Sit with that energy. Ask yourself, what is most important to me, right? And then you have here, look at that. Oh my gosh. Once you do that, Three of Wands, you unlock the block. You go from Two of Wands to the Three of Wands, which is actually welcoming in the opportunity, actually getting your ducks in a row to go on the adventure, to actually take in the steps, right? I really love this reading. This is such a positive reading, okay? I have to emphasize that. It's such a positive reading. This is all about healing. This is all about welcoming in balance, restoration, alignment in your life. And it's because you have been doing the work, Libra. That Emperor energy showing they're very, very strong. And this is about, you seeing what it is that maybe you haven't been giving yourself and aligning with that, right? And then we're going to go to this star energy. What do we have with the star? Star energy, we have here Eight of Swords, okay? So this is where the mind can play a trick. And Spirit is saying, we'll go in the heart space, right? Because the star is all about faith, hope, inspiration, rejuvenation, renewal, right? These are all things that involve you going to your faith, your spirituality. What does that look like for you? And this is all that matters, is you leaning towards the faith of the unknown. When I see this Eight of Swords, I see the attempt to rationalize certain things, and sometimes this not going to happen, so then you get stuck. Okay, so the Eight of Swords can symbolize the intrusive thoughts, can symbolize the doubt, can symbolize, the negative thought patterns, the worst case scenario type of mentality, which we're human beings, we're going to have that. There's a lot of energy that is not necessarily explainable in your reading. It's not logical. If you notice, the Eight of Swords is the only card that is sword related, which means that is the only card that involves your mind. The rest is all about passion and your heart space, okay? And then we have here Two of Pentacles. Again, strong energy of prioritizing. So we're going to merge the spiritual aspect of this reading, which is saying you're healing a wound. You're embracing new opportunities that are aligned with who you are. And then the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles are saying not only are you experiencing this in a spiritual way, but you're also going to experience this in a physical way. And the most important message physically is that Spirit is asking for you to create the balance to receive these blessings. You have to create that. That's why you shouldn't rationalize and get nitpicky about what makes sense or not. You have to prioritize your health, your well-being, your spirituality, and you will see how things transpire. Okay, obviously use your discernment. Don't abandon your responsibilities, but there's always a way of doing something differently if something is draining you. Okay, so last card for Libra, and we have here Four of Pentacles. Okay, and the Four of Pentacles is this energy of holding on, and this could be also tied to this Eight of Swords. This is holding on to what you know, and Spirit is saying be careful with this energy, right? It's okay to embrace what we know, but we shouldn't limit ourselves to only what we know. That's where that Eight of Swords is also popping up there, okay? Be open to the channel, right? Be open to receiving these intuitive messages, to receiving the divine guidance, because here, the person that's resonating with this message is someone that is spiritually in tune. You have a lot that you give to Source, that you give to God. You are someone that receives messages, and Spirit is saying lean to that, okay? And prioritize and do things the way that are good for you. Because when it's good for you, you will be able to show up for others, okay? So with that being said, please let me know if this reading resonated with you. Like and subscribe if you do want to support my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.